Nominees are back.
Okay, never mind. So I can confirm that the candidates are back in the room, and we would put the voting results now on the screen, please. Okay, could you please? Thank you so much. So the results can be seen on the screen, and I would like to congratulate Ms. Jotsu for being elected as the new chairperson of Media and Publications for the mandate 2021-2022. Congratulations. And if you want to address something to the General Assembly, please feel free to do so now.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I really want to thank the General Assembly for believing in me. Yeah, I think I believe I will try to meet everyone's expectation and give this portfolio of like the, how do I say? Yeah, I would really respect, and I don't know what to say. Yeah, I'm so happy. And I really thank every one of you, and I'll work hard in this portfolio. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jotsu. And also we, of course, would like to thank the other candidate and his application, and we hope you will engage within IPSF in the future as well. If you want to address the General Assembly, you can do so. If not, I will just move on with the next point. Okay, we will move on with the next point. Once again, thank you all to the candidates. Please go just back. I think, was that a new point from Apef? Okay, yes, Apef, you have a new point?
Good afternoon, Apef Portugal. This is a general comments to the GA regarding the procedural motion to close discussion. We consider MOs should further think its use. We are in a GI, which is the right place to make questions, and also we are discussing EXCO. For that reason, it is of much importance MOs have the opportunity to ask all questions deemed necessary to be able to make a reasonable decision. So as per now, closing the floor, as we see, ends up taking valuable minutes that could be invested in the discussion. So we would like to stress that MOs should have this into consideration when proposing procedural motions to close the floor for the next sessions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Apef. Are we having directs on this? Okay, Asep Algeria.
Thank you, Elena, and thank you, IPF Portugal, for making this point, because actually we have the same thought. So it is a General Assembly, and if we do not discuss these things now, so when are we going to discuss them? Also, I remember that we have been closing discussions during the reports in order to save time for elections, which are supposed to be important in the GAs, and now we are closing the debates during the elections. So I don't know when are we going to discuss that. And also, we have spent almost excuse me, we have spent around 50 minutes voting on the procedural motion to close the discussion, and we could have used this time more efficiently. Thank you.
Thank you, Asapa. Also, next time, if you agree with something, you can just show it by plus on the chat. We have a direct from PPSA Poland.
Jana, PPSA Poland. I think that you have a good points Portugal and Algeria. However, we believe that closing discussion is when the questions were asked and that there were enough answers to make a decision. And it's also important to ask relevant questions and not to, so the discussion can be like not too long, because we are very behind of the agenda, and it's very uncomfortable when we exceed the time frames, and it's like really uncomfortable, and it was uncomfortable especially when the session was in the night. So we should find a balance between asking questions and closing the discussion. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, PPSA Poland. A short point of information from the GA team is also to remind again the official delegates to pay attention during the whole General Assembly and see how the procedures are going, and to also be effective during the elections as well, and try not to repeat any questions. And also we will, of course, we hear your feedback, and we will try to make the, because members are always allowed to, of course, propose a procedural motion, and we will try to make it as effective as possible if we see that it doesn't work through chat, to go to NEMO vote immediately, and we will try to have a procedure there that works the most efficient. Okay, thank you so much. So we extended the session again, but we need a final last motion, which needs to be put in this agenda point in this session right now, which is motion 43. The 67th IPSF General Assembly mandates the IPSF Executive Committee to release the second call for the nominations for the IPSF Executive Committee, which shall remain open until the 5th of August 2020, midnight GMT +2, for the following positions: President-elect, Treasurer, Chairperson of External Relations, Chairperson of Internal Relations, and Chairperson of Student Exchange, and schedules the elections to a later session of the 67th IPSF General Assembly no sooner than the 8th of August 2021. This motion shall not be reviewed once it has been achieved. So why we need this motion is because we didn't receive some applications, and some were reopened at the first round election. And we need to schedule the second round election and need to release the call for the second round elections, so that we can still have these, if we receive any applications, so that we can take the second round elections as well on this GA for the next weekend. I hope that's clear. If not, then please, I open the floor for discussion on this motion. I see clarification from ASAP Switzerland.
Thank you, Elena. ASAP Switzerland. Just to be clear, just in case we would reopen another election, we would have the same motion for the other position at the end of the next session. Thank you.
So the thing is that for any other reopen, we would have that next weekend, and we cannot release a second call during this, because it would just not fit with the time frame. It won't be applicable. So the only options would be either to prolong the General Assembly, or what is more likely, probably it would be voting outside of the General Assembly, which would be voting by correspondence and online meeting. Okay, I see no new points, directs, or any clarifications for this motion. I hope the procedure is clear. And if you have any further questions, you can ask me anytime outside of the GA and message or email me. Okay. Now we will move on to voting. We will try to vote through the chat. So anyone against this motion, please type, sorry. Anyone against this motion, please type against in the chat. Okay, I see no one typing. Any abstentions, please type abstention in the chat or abstain. Therefore, the motion was carried unanimously and the second call will be released immediately. And I would really kindly stress out for all the CPs, official delegates, member associations to really distribute the second call so that we can reach as many people as possible, to encourage people to also, if they are interested, contact the current position holders and ask any questions if they have any. And yes, please try to engage with the second caller so that we receive a lot of applications. Thank you so much. And for now, we can end the session. But before we end it, we of course have to suspend the standing orders. Can I have a proposal by NAPS Australia, seconded by Yüksel Turkey? And we will now vote on suspending the standing orders. Anyone against suspending the standing orders, please type against in the chat. I see no against, therefore the standing orders have been suspended. Thank you so much and see you next weekend.